We're millennials.
And we're Gen Z.
And today we're going 2v2.
To see who knows more about movies from 20 years ago.
This is a generational trivia battle to crown our 2005 Movie Trivia Championship team.
We're ready!
I was there in 2005. I know I'm a Gen Z, but I was there, I swear.
The first theater experience that I remember was 2005. I'm not gonna say the movie because it's gonna come up.
Can I guess what it is?
Yeah.
Red Eye.
No, but Red Eye's awesome!
It's happening! Yes!
Red Eye came out on my 6th birthday.
I trust you.
I love Red Eye. Oh my god.
Happy birthday.
But it wasn't that one.
Let's get into our episode, guys.
Yeah, I know ball.
To start off our venture into 20 years ago, we have a round all about the domestic top 10 highest grossing movies of 2005. I'll give you the film's synopsis in 5 words, and it's up to you guys to buzz in and guess what movie I'm talking about. Each one will be worth 1 point. So, you guys are on a team. We got the millennials versus Gen Z. Who knows more about all this stuff?
Oh, this is a big deal.
Here we go. Here's our first movie. 5-word synopsis. Light falls, dark side rises. BP.
Light falls, dark side rises. Batman Begins.
Incorrect.
that was my
Sabrina.
Star Wars Sith.
Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
Correct. This is
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 3.
Nice.
That was my first theater experience. The first one that I remember was Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
What was your experience like?
It was amazing. I remember being so jealous because we had kids in my class that were like, their parents were taking them out of school early to go see it, and thinking back, like, that's crazy. And it was amazing. I still watch that end fight sequence between Anakin and Obi-Wan. I still will occasionally get the urge to watch it, and I'll cry.
Here we go for our second movie. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Second movie, Kingdom Inside Closet. Big Cat. That's Cassie.
That is the Chronicles of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Correct.
Damn it.
Wow.
Damn it.
Correct.
These 5-word synopses are tough.
Yeah.
I like
that.
it.
These are the top 10 highest grossing movies, so they should
Yeah.
be well known, but I might be stumping you guys with some of these things,
Well, I'm
including
excited.
our next movie.
Okay.
Wizard Tournament, Robert Pattinson appearance. That was actually Sabrina.
Oh!
Woo!
You got it.
Harry
You gotta
Potter
go.
and the Goblet of Fire. Let's go.
That is correct.
Correct.
Robert Pattinson appears for 1 movie and dies.
That's
cry
my
every
boy.
time.
My boy.
Kills me.
And then the
Every time.
Oh my god.
Steven Spielberg, Tom Cruise movie.
Minority Report.
Incorrect.
Oh no, I didn't know what it is! No!
Me.
Cassie?
War of the
Oh
Worlds.
god, you're right!
This is
Yay!
War of
Heck
the
yeah.
Worlds, not the one with Ice
Oh,
Cube.
Oh,
It
there you
is
go.
considered one of the worst movies ever now. The one with Ice Cube, not the old one. Here comes our 5th movie. Peter Jackson's Big Monkey remake. Hello.
That is King Kong.
Correct. This is King Kong.
We need a disclaimer if we lose that. The
Only
buzzers are
if
not
you
working.
lose?
Only if we lose.
Yes.
Don't.
Here's the next movie. Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson comedy.
I definitely buzzed in first. I know
That
I
is
did.
1.
Wedding Crasher.
That is correct.
Comedies
That's
ruled
nuts.
then. Comedies don't really do a thing anymore.
6th place in domestically in terms of
not.
box office. Here we go. Burton's Sweet remake with Depp. That is
That me?
Sabrina.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, hell yeah. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Correct. This is Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Willy Wonka.
No, that's the Gene Wilder version.
Which do you guys think is better?
Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Did you-
Factory
agree.
is
Did you-
maybe one of the
Classic.
best
One or did
films.
you-
Like
The classic.
a top 20 film
Surprisingly?
ever.
Roald Dahl's family thinks that the Tim Burton one is actually more accurate to the books, and so they like it more.
That might be.
Really?
It might be.
The Gene Wilder one, like
Sure.
loosely based on the book, but turns out it makes for a better movie. Anyways, here
We got this.
we go. Christopher Nolan's Caped Crusader introduction.
God.
Oh,
That is Brendan.
That is Batman Begins.
Yep.
Which is the
Is
underrated of the
true.
3. Batman
agree.
Begins, it doesn't have Heath Ledger's Joker, but otherwise it is just as good as The Dark Knight, maybe better in some
Yeah,
ways.
it has Cillian Murphy as the Scarecrow. Why is Red Eye not on this list? is
Oh,
my
I know.
question.
Cillian Murphy
Where's
could rule
Cillian?
This
this.
specific top 10 domestic
Okay,
movies.
fine. Was it a top 10? No. In my heart, number 1.
Red Eye's amazing.
Animated Zoo Animals African Adventure. It's one again.
Madagascar.
Brendan's
Fuck
going
that.
crazy. That is correct. It is Madagascar.
Woo, that's what I was gonna guess for your first movie experience.
Oh, well, that's good, that's good.
That's actually a very
That's
good
a really
guess.
good guess.
Star Wars, actually, compared to Madagascar, that's
Makes sense.
as well. We were both 6.
Yeah, I'm cultured.
Here is our last movie
Fast
of the
Bus.
round.
God.
Brangelina's hit 2005 spy comedy. That's 2, I believe. There
Oh,
is
that's me.
Paelo.
That's me. That's me.
You know what it is?
Mr.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah. I have to confer.
I love this. I love the collaboration. They're correct. This is Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Shout out to Brangelina.
Yes.
So true.
Well, but kind of.
No.
That is the end of our round.
Good round.
Good round.
Good
Really
round.
good round. Yeah.
Good round.
That was the top 10 highest domestic grossing movies of 2005 for movies. What do you guys think of that being the top 10? Like, there's a movie you guys think is missing? But
Red Eye.
For families, that's why it's like highest grossing because
Yeah.
you bring everyone else.
And it's like our Wedding Crashers was the only R-rated movie on that list.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And it was comedy.
Like-
the 2000s being like a comedy,
Right.
like rated R comedy, like haven.
I feel like nowadays PG-13 is so scarce. It's like there's kids movies and then there's adult movies.
Yeah.
But there's like not that many PG-13 movies that really everyone can go see.
But after that round, it's looking like Gen Z is pulling slightly ahead.
It's close.
No,
We'll
it's
freeze
because they're
in there.
faster
Gotta get
with
it.
this because we have arthritis.
Yes. Carpal tunnel.
But we are moving on to our next round. Don't worry, millennials, there's still time. From the highest grossing films to the most iconic animated characters.
Ooh.
We're moving on to guess the animated movie character based on their silhouette. All of these characters had a movie released in 2005, from TV specials to Oscar-winning hits. I'll give you 1 point for the character and a bonus point if you can name me the movie as well. Here we go.
right.
Here is our first character in 3, 2, 1. That is Brendan.
Chicken Little.
That is Chicken Little. From what movie is that?
Yeah.
Chicken Little.
Correct. This is Chicken Little.
I was like, wait.
If you guys get the main point, I'll let you have the opportunity to guess the bonus point.
Aw,
that ass.
look at him. I was gonna say he looks like a little lesbian.
Hey, yo! Well,
Big shorts, tight shirt, little glasses.
No, I see it though. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
here we go. Here's our next one in 3, 2, 1. I see a 3, so that is Sabrina.
Okay. This is Wallace Gromit. Wallace.
It's either Wallace
It's
or
Wallace
Gromit.
or Gromit.
Say
It's
Wallace.
Gromit Wallace.
Say
It's
Wallace.
Wallace. It's Wallace.
This is indeed Wallace.
Woo!
Now that you guys have control of this question, what is the name of the movie?
Wallace and Gromit.
It's the Halloween of the pumpkin. Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. Wallace.
He's like melting right now.
Wallace and Gromit and the W.
Is that your guess? And the W?
They can go for
And the
it.
big
Yeah.
dub? All right. Now, Cassie, what is your guess?
Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Bunny.
So close.
Were-Rabbit, Were-Rabbit.
Oh, you know
Curse
what?
of
I'll
the
give it to you.
Were-Rabbit.
That was it.
Yay!
Yeah. Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Correct. It won the Oscar for Best Animated
Yeah,
Movie.
it did.
Awesome.
I see two. That's Paelo.
I forgot his name. He's from Robots. The movie's from Robots.
Correct. The movie is Robots, so I'll give you
I'm
the
letting
bonus
you
point.
down. Could his name be Gizmo? Gears?
I feel like you guys are gonna have a tough time.
I'm not
getting
gonna
this.
get it, but I'm going with Bill.
Okay, go.
I have a guess.
Oh, so Sabrina, what
Bill?
is your stealing guess?
Sam.
No.
Adam.
Another hint.
Rick.
No.
Andrew.
No.
Tom.
No.
Jared.
No.
First love.
Bill.
No.
Bob?
No.
Frank.
Billy Bob.
I'm just gonna reveal it.
What is it?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
His name is Rodney.
Rodney.
I
was so close with Rick.
Common name?
Rodney Copperbottom.
Rod-
Paelo, you did say robots, and that is the movie, so I'll give you guys the bonus point on that one.
Yay! A bonus point. Oh, a pity point.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Brendan, speed
Can I say
prevails.
it?
Yeah.
Can I say it? This is the Corpse Bride.
That is the name of the movie. Do you know her name?
Her name is. Corpse Bride should count. That's what
Is
they
it
call
Morgan?
her.
No, but she has a name. You know?
The corpse. The bride.
The corpse.
She's the corpse bride.
Lily.
The bride.
Victoria.
Incorrect, but it is like an English kind of common
Yeah,
name
yeah,
like that, so it is not Victoria though.
Ophelia?
Eliza.
Lizzie.
No, not Lizzie.
Beth.
No. That's enough guesses, I think, unfortunately. Her name is Emily.
Oh!
Dad.
But we got the point for the corpse
You guys,
bride.
we got the point for the Corpse
We got
Bride, though,
that.
because it is
Yeah.
from the Corpse Bride. These next three are more recognizable for their characters. However, they had movies this year.
Oh, wow!
That is Sabrina.
Kim Possible.
Correct. This is Kim Possible. Do you know
That's
the movie?
Possible the movie?
Kim Possible.
Is it just Kim Possible the movie?
Incorrect.
Oh, we have a guess. We have a guess.
What is your guess?
Kim Possible. What's the sitch?
That's incorrect, but
What about the Kim Possible movie?
Incorrect. This is kind of hard to get. The answer is it's Kim Possible movie, So the Drama. This also was intended to be the finale for the series.
No shot.
But it wasn't because they kept going with episodes.
Every time I wear like a black turtleneck, any part of that outfit, it's always Kim Possible.
That's Brendan.
Do you know this? Oh my god,
I know,
I feel like
her name. I know.
We had discussions going on.
Is it Penny?
Is it Penny Proud?
Is your guess Penny Proud?
Penny Proud is
Yes.
a guess.
This is Penny Proud.
Yes.
I don't know.
What is the name of
I know
the
the
movie,
character.
though, for your bonus point?
This is the Proud Family movie.
Very good.
That is
is
correct.
it-
This
Yeah,
is the
that's-
Proud movie.
They're whipping our butts.
They are a little bit, but there's still a lot of opportunities left. Here we go. Our final character and our final movie. Anytime. That is Sabrina.
This is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
This is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. However, what is the name of the movie that came out in 2005?
Oh.
Lilo and
Is it
Stitch.
Ohana Means Family?
Incorrect. That is not the
Lilo and
movie.
Stitch.
But which one?
I don't
Lilo
know.
and Leroy.
I was a junior in high school when this was coming out. I'm too old.
This is a sequel.
Okay.
Can we do Leroy and Stitch?
Incorrect. It is
Dang
not
it.
that. Do
No,
you guys
it's
have a
not
guess?
Lilo
So-
and Stitch Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
Not a bad guess, but incorrect. Cassie, do you have a final guess before I reveal it?
Lilo and Stitch 2.
Is this?
Yes.
Stitch with a glitch.
You know what? That's actually the closest, and I don't.
Wait,
like,
what-
It's
what
gonna be
was it?
difficult.
Stitch with a glitch.
It is Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch.
Oh!
So
Okay. Is this the one that they had to take out that whole scene because of 9/11?
No, that's
That
the
was our
first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened? Not what happened on 9/11.
They didn't take
What?
it out, they changed the scene.
I know this is hard
They-
to hear.
they-
Oh my god. Bad news. Bad news.
We're flying through with their spaceship, flying through like an urban city,
Oh,
and
no.
they kept almost crashing into tall buildings.
Well, that is the end of round 2. Gen Z really did
Yeah.
come ahead
Oh,
on that
really?
one. However, there's still a lot of opportunities,
How many rounds?
including the opportunity for bonus points in our next round. Okay. There are opportunities for many points coming up.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to our next award-winning round.
Ooh, maybe I'll do better in this one.
Oscar movie flicks. I will list out all the nominations/wins that these 2000 movies had and give you 2 points if you can guess it immediately, and I will take off a point if you need me to give you a little bit of a hint as to what movie I'm talking about. But this might take some, if you buzz it immediately, I kind of want to time you a little bit. Like, I don't want you to be just standing there thinking, so here we go. Our first movie had 8 nominations and 3 wins. Nominated for Best Picture, Director, Actor, Supporting Actress, Adapted Screenplay, Cinematography, and Original Score. Winning Director, Adapted Screenplay, and Original Score.
Okay.
I am so bad.
No.
This
okay,
might be a
so it's-
benefit for
it's
the
not
millennial
that.
team this round. But Brandon actually did buzz in just a hair before. What is your
Crash?
guess? This is not Crash. Cassie.
Oh, shoot, I was gonna say The Social Network. I'm 37, all right? It's all a blur.
I'll give you guys each
I'm
one more guess
17.
before I give you guys just a hint.
Okay, but
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Oh, it could be.
it's not the
Oh,
musical.
what was that circle? What is your guess, Paelo?
I was thinking Rent.
It is not
I
right.
was-
It seems like Sabrina's really gearing up for another
I
guess,
have-
so I'll give you guys a guess.
No idea what year this came out. Probably not 2005. Moulin Rouge.
Incorrect. Going into my hint, this critically acclaimed cowboy drama sparked major cultural conversations about its romance.
I hit that first.
That is 4. That
was
is
me.
Cassie.
Brokeback Mountain.
Correct. This is Brokeback Mountain.
Glee. He did a really good
Why
job.
That was
can't
a really
I
good hint,
quit
though. That was a
you?
really good
That should be a musical.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain.
Yay!
It won a
I got
lot,
one.
It won a lot of awards, a lot of nominations, but it is not our next movie, which is this. It had 3 nominations and 0 wins.
That's supporting
Okay.
film editing and makeup.
Okay, Brandon, what is your guess?
Is it Pride and the Prejudice?
Incorrect. It is not Pride
That's a
and
good guess, though.
Prejudice.
That's
So
pretty
I'm gonna move it over to Cassie and Paelo. If you guys have a guess,
Sweeney Todd.
incorrect. It is not Sweeney
Nice.
Todd.
That's 2008.
Or here is your hint: the boxing biopic starring Russell Crowe and Paul Giamatti. Brendan.
Yeah, go
Cinderella Man.
Correct. This
Yo!
is Cinderella Man.
That was
Right
good.
on.
That was
Right
good.
on.
I was thinking Ali initially.
Why did they have
Boxing
makeup?
biopic, but
Why were they
Cinderella
wearing
Man.
Because
makeup?
of the blood.
Blood
Oh.
on the boxing, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of numbers of nominations and wins, this next movie is very similar.
No.
4 nominations and 0 wins. Brendan, what's
Is this
your...
Pride and Prejudice?
This is Pride and Prejudice,
Oh!
yes. That's
One of
2
my
points for you guys.
favorites.
That's 2 points because you
Yeah.
got it without my hint, which was the beloved book adaptation starring Keira Knightley. Here's our next movie, which did win an Oscar. This had 5 nominations and 1 win for Best Actress.
Best actress.
Brendan,
Is this Crash?
incorrect.
Okay, give me a
Who wants me
hint.
to answer?
You want the hint. You guys want the
I
hint?
good with
should
it.
know
Yeah.
this.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why did
Here
I know
is the hint. Johnny Cash's biopic starring Joaquin
Oh,
Phoenix.
God.
I got this one.
Brendan's fast. It's Brendan.
You want it?
Dang it.
It's Walk the Line.
Yeah, it's Walk the
Dang
Line.
it.
Indeed, it is Walk the Line.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah, Reese
Whoa.
Witherspoon.
Here's our next movie then. And this next movie had 6 nominations and 3 wins, including Best Picture,
Get it, Cassie.
Best Director, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Best Original Screenplay, Best Film Editing, and Best Original Song, winning 3 of those.
Crash.
Cassie, Crash is correct.
Oh,
This is
One Best
Crash.
Picture!
Yes,
No,
he did.
no.
He broke back. And
Oh.
It was controversial at the time because
It should not have won Best Picture.
Brokeback won Best Director and
Yeah.
it didn't win Best Picture though.
Crash.
the better Crash is the one with James Spader.
Yeah.
We have 2 more to go.
Don't watch that, kids. Do not.
You guys can watch Brokeback Mountain all day, kids.
yeah.
Go
Brokeback Mountain's
ahead,
great.
have some
It's a
fun.
love story. I mean, Crash is also a
You
love
have to
story.
eat
Here comes our next movie. This movie had 6 nominations and 3 wins. Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design are the ones they won. Best Original Score, Best Sound, and Best Sound Editing. Brendan, what is your
Pan's
guess?
Labyrinth?
This is not Pan's
Oh,
Labyrinth.
that's so
That came out
good.
then. Costume design.
Can I say a word of the title?
Sure.
Tell me.
What is your guess, Sabrina? Yeah, speak amongst yourself, maybe get some help, get some hints for it.
Is it Rent?
It is not Rent. An adaptation of a best-selling novel that takes place in pre-World War II Japan.
Me.
Go ahead, Cassie.
Memoirs of a Geisha.
Memoirs of a Geisha is
God.
correct.
Oh, yes.
Would not
Yeah.
have known it.
That movie is complicated.
Here's our final movie for this round. It is 1 nomination, 0 wins for
Oh.
Best Animated Feature.
No, and Wallace and Gromit won.
And I mentioned earlier, Wallace and Gromit won.
Yes.
Brendan,
Shrek
what is
2.
your guess? What?
Shrek 2.
Incorrect, not Shrek 2. Cassie, you have a guess?
Cars.
Incorrect, not Cars.
Just say
Yes.
something.
Is it?
Incorrect. That's-
Monsters Inc.
That's
It's
not
wrong.
correct, no.
You're incorrect.
Originally released in Japan in 2004, this animated classic came to the US in 2005.
Is this Wolf Children?
This is not Wolf Children,
It's Miyazaki.
is it?
Is it?
I would say,
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's not. Okay, so it's not.
keep thinking
But it
Anya.
didn't win.
No.
Wait, wait.
Let's just go with that. Spirited Away.
Incorrect. It is not Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have a guess?
We have a guess in 2 seconds.
1.
2.
Oh, Howl's Moving Castle.
This is Howl's Moving
Oh,
Castle.
it is it?
Yes.
This is gonna be
Go!
This is Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes.
Howl's Moving
Dang it.
Castle was nominated and lost to Wallace and Gromit.
Hey, that's
Alright.
crazy.
That's a really good film.
That's crazy. You guys did good.
That was tough.
You
That was
did
really
good.
tough.
That was very.
Well, I'll say this. That is the end of round 3. We do have one more round after this.
Okay.
However, Gen Z still is ahead right now
Yeah, they are.
over the millennials. So you guys are still
We still won
behind.
that round.
Yeah,
there's
this
still-
is gonna be tough.
Our final round is here, and it is a wild card of trivia. This is some traditional trivia from all sorts of movies from 2005. So get your brains working even harder because all of these will be worth 1 point only. The question is, what 2005 movie saw Steve Carell's breakout comedy and left our chests hurting?
Nice.
That is Sabrina.
4-year-old version.
That is 40-Year-Old Virgin, correct.
That's great.
Good game. Good game.
You're doing good. You're doing too good.
Here's our next movie. This quad superhero team's big screen debut came 20 years ago. Also Sabrina.
This is Fantastic Four.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is the Fantastic Four from 2005. Not this year, 20 years. Robert Rodriguez, the director of Spy Kids,
I love that.
released this film in 2005, which included crazy interactive 3D in theaters. Brendan,
Is this Machete?
this is not Machete. Cassie,
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
incorrect.
What?
Is this Spy Kids 3D?
This is not Spy Kids
Oh,
3D.
that's what I was thinking. 'cause-
Wait.
So Paelo, what's your
Is this
guess?
Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
This is
Yes, it
Shark
is.
Boy and Lava Girl.
I didn't know Robert Rodriguez did that.
Yay!
I
Yes.
No, I didn't know either.
religiously.
But
Oh,
didn't he
God.
also release
We may get to that later. We may get to a movie by him later. Jim Carrey did not appear in the sequel to his 90s classic, but included a familiar facial accessory seen here. Cassie.
The Mask 2? Son of the Mask?
I'll give it to you. It's just Son of the Mask.
Son of the Mask.
It's just Son
Okay.
of the Mask.
Can I get a point if I say Alan Cumming?
No. Next question. Gen Z's Jumanji came in the form of this space board game adventure film.
Bruh.
I know I clicked it. I have.
Brendan did.
That's Zathura.
Uh-huh.
That is Zathura, a space adventure.
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart. I'm gonna just keep saying actors' names now.
Josh Hutcherson.
Josh Hutcherson.
Give me a
Correct.
juice box, biatch.
Yeah.
Disney's original superhero movie, where the main
Oh my
character
God.
seems to be
Oh
missing
my
his
God.
powers.
Oh my God. Oh
Brendan's
my God.
dancing. Brendan did get it.
Wait, no, can I say it? Can I
Well,
say
yeah,
it?
it's
Sky
our team.
High, Sky
This
High,
is Sky
Sky
High.
High.
You guys are a team.
So good.
Yeah, Sky, I know, we can talk, yeah.
This movie changed the trajectory of my life.
It's so
Disney
good.
movie?
Yeah.
And you know what?
What's that?
Shout out CSUN Library. That's Sky
that what
High.
it was?
Really?
Wow, I have to rewatch Sky High now.
The amount of times I've watched that movie is clinically not well.
The Rock and Carl Urban star in this sci-fi action film,
No.
very loosely based on an iconic FPS 90s game. That was Sabrina.
Doom.
Doom is correct.
Whoa!
Good games, bad movie. This psychological thriller popularized this mask for a new generation. Brendan and Sabrina.
Can I say it? V for Vendetta?
V for Vendetta is correct, yeah. What was your gonna be here? You
No, it's
buzzed in.
Deeper Vendetta.
Okay.
He was loading.
I was loading.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
You said we got
Where?
the buzzer and then the answer. It seems on this.
We
Team,
only have one.
team,
We only have
team.
one brain cell and we're sharing it.
That's right.
So we sure did.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl's director also directed this red-hot, stylish, noir-inspired graphic novel adaptation.
Oh, no, I got it.
Cassie.
Sin City.
Sin City is
Yeah,
correct.
Clive Owen is so hot. Yes, he's really hot.
That's another one my dad showed me way too young.
Wait, how old are you when this came out?
6, 5 or 6, and I saw it when I was 5 or 6. This was one of those ones that we got on a Netflix, like mail on
yes,
Netflix.
yes.
No.
Yeah, my dad got us every other weekend, and so us kids
okay.
were not gonna halt his movie watching. We were
That's
just
fair.
gonna join his movie watching.
That's actually very
And-
conscientious of you as a 6-year-old.
Here's our next one. Will Smith is the charming date doctor whose lessons don't work on his own crush. Paelo.
That is Hitch.
Yeah.
That is indeed Hitch.
I love that movie. I love that movie.
Oh my god. I just love we're gonna
We've
do.
made it to our final movie,
Oh my God.
and this is the film adaptation of the hit Broadway musical that tackles sexuality, drugs,
Man.
If
and
it's
not being able
if
to
it's not
pay.
Paelo.
Brendan,
That's Brent.
that is rent, not being able to pay rent.
Gonna pay.
525,600 minutes.
How do we measure
a year?
All right. And our winners are, drumroll please, you guys already know who it is. It is Gen Z with Sabrina and Brendan.
It's the thumbs.
It's the thumbs. It's the Gen Z thumbs. You guys
I gotta-
all knew
I gotta
all these
text
movies. However, Gen Z did have the quicker thumbs and were able to buzz in a little bit faster. Those bonus points definitely did help you out. But in order to crown our 2005 movie champions, you need proper 2005 crowns. I do have to note that we ordered 2 of these and only 1 came, so you guys have to fight for the crown.
Well, you know what? We're sharing the brain cell. We can choose the crown.
That's true.
It says vintage 2005 edition.
That's sick.
Wow!
That's true.
Fight for it, guys.
Ah,
I'll take
how
it.
dare you.
Go ahead and wear that hat. Brendan, don't worry, Sabrina. We will give you the other hat later. As if
so much.
you know you need this. You are the champion. You need this crown.
They need to know.
They need to
People
know.
need to know. Thanks for watching this episode.
How many did you get right?
What's your favorite film from 2005?
Let us know down in the comments.
And be sure to subscribe for more Bullseye episodes.
Bye.
Bye!
We're cultured
Thanks,
versus
man.
the
Thanks, man.
Madagascar children.
Whoa.
And
Madagascar's
let
fine.
us know how
Not
you
Revenge
feel
of the
about
Sith.
that in the comments.
Yeah, let us